things pop culture and celebrity cheese, man.
Hey Karla, what's the chisme? Suelta la sopa.
You're listening to The Cheez with Karla J.
What the cheese, I mean?
Hola, borrachos y borrachas. Welcome back to The Cheez with Karla J. I am here with Yvette Hinojosa. Guys, say hi. So today's episode, I'm really excited because obviously this is probably the most crazy I've gotten with my costume. Woo! Have you started dressing up for Halloween already?
No.
No. Welcome. Yes. It's because it's mid-October, so it's perfect time to do it already. Guys, I'm super hot. I don't know why. I think it's the shirt.
She's sexy.
I normally don't use anything past my elbow.
But it's cute. I like the look.
It's my mom's.
I
get everything from my mom's closet and I just tie it up. I'm let's go.
I love it.
Okay, so Yvette, let everyone know about you, what you do, who you are, and then about your costume.
All right. Well, hello, and thank you for having me. I'm super, super excited to be here. Hello to all my followers over there. So I'm Yvette Hinojosa. I am also Besos Glamour on Instagram and on Facebook. I am a professional makeup artist. I've been doing makeup for, I don't know. It's been forever. I mean, honestly, I started since I was 12.
Really?
And I'm not going to age myself. So it's been a long time. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I have two amazing children, two boys. One is going to be 11 on Halloween. So yeah, Oh
my God. I love October babies because I'm an October baby.
Yes, yeah. We love it. He loves to go out on his birthday and he wears a pin. And so he always gets double the candies and stuff. So it's always fun because they always spoil him. They're oh, really? You're the birthday boy?
I'm I'm going to do that.
Birthday, yes. So it works out really well. And then he always gets to have a party and stuff. So it's double
So
for
you
him.
always do a party on Halloween?
So we'll do a party usually either the weekend before or depending on where it falls. Since this year it's on a Thursday, we'll either do the party before or after. And then plus he gets to go out on Halloween and celebrate his birthday. So it's kind of double for him. Yeah. So I am also reigning Ms. Continental model.
You're everything. I love it how you're everywhere.
You're so sweet. And I'm on a few different boards. So I serve on the community for Fem City RGV as well as OWE, which is Organization of Executive Women. So I'm on the board for those two different organizations. And honestly, I just love being part of the community and being a part of what the RGV has to offer. I'm originally from Eastern Washington, close to Seattle. So I've been here for about going on 12 years now. So I don't necessarily I don't think I can say I'm from the Valley yet, but everybody tells me.
You're from the Valley?
No, but everybody tells me they're you're from here, right? And I'm no, I wasn't even raised here. But they think I am.
I think after a certain time here, you kind of get the accent, you get the whole thing.
Yeah, but I've always had that. My family would always be ¿Esta de dónde viene? Just kidding, we were real nacas, And so
I didn't realize that was a thing until I left the Valley.
Really?
Yeah. So after high school, I went to Houston and I studied there for about 2 years, and I would do that, and I think after 2 months or something, my roommate was why do you do that? And I was do what? She's you always go after a joke, and I'm what?
Yeah, and see, and I picked it up from some girls we grew up with back home in Othello, Washington, and they would always be they'd say something, they'd be and I'd be what the hell is that? And we were young, 11, 12 years old, and I was what is that? But they were all from ranchos, from the ranchos and from here, from the Valley, and so when they moved.
Do you think it's a Valley thing, or do you think it's a...
I think it's just I don't know. I think it's a rancho thing or
so
something.
We're from the rancho.
Super rancho, super, because we are, we are. And my family's all from Monterrey, Nuevo León. So
my family's from Monterrey too, or my dad's side is, and then my mom's side is from San Luis Potosí.
Okay,
I don't know where that is.
But I've heard it's an amazing place to go for vacation. Yes,
I've heard that too. I've heard waterfalls are amazing. I don't know. I've never been. I grew up going to Monterrey all the time, so mountains and all of that was fun for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we loved it. We would do Plaza Sésamo and all those views and stuff. Yes,
I would always go every single year, and I think maybe about 10 years we stopped going. So everything started kind of getting sketchy.
Yes,
we stopped going. So but I've been going to like Progreso. Like I go like.
Oh, we need to go.
You haven't? I was like, do you go?
We go every once in a while. We used to go like, so before I was working, we would go like during the week, and we loved it because you get the Winter Texans, and it's the funniest thing because literally by 11 o'clock they're drunk, they're dancing.
How early do you go?
Girl, we went one time that early just to see what it was all about, and that because we have our
But I
neighbors.
feel like the party doesn't stop.
No,
Like, it doesn't
oh my gosh,
stop ever because I think I have. I've gone super early, and I think early is like 11. I'm like scared that something's gonna fly out, guys. I'm so sorry. I should have put something on here, but I've gone like I think like the time that I left was maybe like 4, and like I was tipsy. It was a party out on the streets. I remember going to like one of the bars where it's like dark and it's like everyone's dancing, and I'm just like I feel like it's like 11 p.m. and then I go outside, the sun's still out. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yes,
Yeah.
like we literally, I think we left by like 1, and no joke, I was filling my drinks, and I had only had I think like a couple of margaritas, but they're strong there. They are not normal.
Where do you go?
I honestly, I can't remember what it's called. It's like when you go, when you walk into Progreso, it's like after the first like block and a half, and it's on the right hand side, and it's like a 2-story building. You can go shopping in there, and then there's also a restaurant. Do you know
is it where Pancho's is?
I think so.
It's like
maybe.
it's like they have like a live
band.
Not a band. I think it's like a man.
Well, like
it's like
one guy and another one playing some drums or something. The locals.
Yeah. So I think that I don't know what that place is called. I just know the restaurant is called Pancho's Bar.
I almost want to say one of them is called like, we've gone to one that's like Arturo's or something like that.
Arturo's, that was like on the left.
Down.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're
sorry.
Like, I know we went on a trip.
Full trip.
We completely forgot, guys. So
it's been a while.
sorry.
We're still catching up too, guys.
I know. So that I was actually telling Yvette that I was super nervous to start today's episode because her and I haven't really like hung out in a while. I haven't really seen her. If I do see her, it's just like a quick hi, give her a hug, and then like walk away.
True.
And like not in a rude way.
No, we both get really, really busy.
Yeah. And so what's it called? So I try like, so I was like super nervous. I was like, what if I don't know what to say? What if I'm super awkward? Because like I always say stupid shit all the time.
Girl,
that's how I always feel. Like,
and then I'm telling her like I'm super chill. I know we don't hang out that much, but seriously, I'm super, super chill. Like I can't reiterate that enough.
I was really excited because like, so I was like kind of like recapping of what we're gonna talk about, so she's not like completely lost about what we're saying. And her husband was like, I have this to say, and I was like, should we have him on here?
He's super opinionated, but in the best way.
I loved it. I was just like, yes.
Yes.
Like, get him a mic.
I love it.
Okay, guys. So before we move on to one of our stories, we're going to talk about what we're drinking today. So let's start with you because she came prepared.
Yes, I did. I know. She was so sweet, and she messaged me. She's like, hey, is it okay if we do wine? And I was like, my husband had already poured me a drink at home just to like, for my nerves, because this is my first time ever doing or going live on a podcast. And a good friend of mine and myself have talked about doing a podcast. So I was kind of like, I'm super nervous, and I'm like here trying to create this look that by the way, I have never done Halloween makeup.
How long did it take you to do that?
Oh my gosh, I think I started at like 5:30, and so it was about 2 hours. Like this was 2 hours.
It's super like detail oriented.
Detailed, and it was super like hand, every little petal, every little thing. I had to mix colors, and it was the first time I'd ever done anything. And I showed you the picture of what it was supposed to be, and like, let's be real, I'll have her post a picture.
I think it looks good.
I mean, it's okay, like for a first time, but it was super exciting because I was like, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's super intimidating. No way that's gonna happen. And then this happened.
And then here I am.
And then here I am.
So, but you've been a makeup artist for longer than we'd like to talk about.
Yes.
And so, but you've never done, what's it called? Like Halloween makeup?
No, like
anyone?
I mean, like in the past, I've done minimal things, like and I mean, like I'll do like a cat look, or somebody will want like a little deer, super simple. What in my mind would be super simple and just like real, cutesy, like nothing fancy, nothing like intricate.
Like the whole like
you just
like
do a
a
little nose, some whiskers, and you put on some ears, and you're good to go.
Got it.
So really, like it's not that hard. I mean, I do make it look like wow extra and stuff because I'll really fill in brows and do all this stuff.
I thought you were gonna do diamonds.
I was, and I totally spaced. Like I got so into the look that I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And then we're in the car, and I'm like, son of a. like, I forgot I had diamonds. I could have put everywhere. And I was like,
I was
whatever.
like, maybe she'll bring diamonds because I was trying to make this like as cute and feminine as I could, and it just didn't work out. I think it's just hard.
It.
So if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Beetlejuice.
Woo!
And that was like, I was really excited because I've had this wig in there for a while and it's whatever. I've had this
There's
wig.
a backstory.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I need to do it. And I've been wanting to do it for a while. I was just like, I don't know when. And then last week there was 3 of us. So I was like, well, I want us to match. And then the week before I was like, I just need to hurry up and do something because it was already getting late. So this time I was like, okay, I'm going to do Beetlejuice. So I'm looking at myself in the mirror over here, guys. But I didn't know what to do. I don't have like white face paint or anything.
You should have told me. I would have brought it. And I even thought about doing it like where I should have come early and I could have just done your face. It would have been cool. Next time.
Next time, guys. So I was like, what do I do? And so I called my sister and she was like, just put like white eyeshadow like as your setting powder.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. And then my mom had like a white eyeliner. So I was like,
but it looks good. It really does. I like it. Like I think it is like a feminine version.
Hire me for your everyday looks.
Absolutely. Well, no, but it's awesome. You know what I mean? Because like this is totally just off the internet. I was like, I don't want the like regular sugar skull, like, you know, just whatever. I was like, I'm too girly for that.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, so I want to do something floral. And then I made my own headband.
Oh, how long did that take?
Honestly, it was like 5, like not even like 3 minutes. I'm not even joking. It was just a plain little headband from the Dollar Tree. I got flowers. I ripped them all off and I just popped them inside and then super glued it all together.
I feel like this took a lot of work. I could never do that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this was like every like 2 seconds. I did literally the nose first and I was like, this does not look like a flower. What am I doing? I am way out of my league here. And my husband was like, baby, just keep going. And then I started doing
right there.
super. He's like amazing, honestly. Like I am the luckiest person on earth. Because I know that I'm a super bee sometimes. And
really?
so like, yeah.
We're not gonna get into it,
but like I can be. And this is why I drink whiskey.
We all can.
I mean, yes, but like, you know, sometimes you just get into your own and then you're just there all the time. Yeah, I can be that person. But I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, I know that I'm a good person, but like, I just know that I was blessed with a really awesome husband, okay?
Yeah, he turns his face at me.
I know, he's all like, yeah, let's talk about me. Because he's so cute. He's all doing my life.
I know, I feel bad. I'm like, should I give him like a tripod? But I don't have one that's tall enough.
No, he's okay. He's used to it and he's really good.
Oh, yeah, he's a photographer guy, so he's like just
Very
like holding
true.
things around.
Yeah, he is my personal photographer. I love it.
Need one if you guys want to like just film me or take pictures of me.
We will, for real. Yes. Your new paparazzi.
He's like, what are you saying?
He's like,
Stop. Don't be doing this. All right, so let's go into the. It's my favorite part of the thing. So it's called La Buena y la Mala.
Okay.
The good and the bad of the week.
Yes.
Okay, so the good, let me see. Do I have a, because I wrote down notes because I always like space out. I'm like, what was the good? So I have a mala for sure. So my Google, okay, this is like a tech thing. It's because I'm working from home now and I'm doing a lot of things on my computer. And I love using Google like search. And for some reason, my Google turns into like Bing automatically. Like I'll like search into Google and then it goes into Bing. And I'm like, because I hate Bing. Like it's the stupidest thing. I know it's like,
do Bing.
No, yeah. I don't even know that was still like relevant. Like,
Right?
Yeah, so it's like, so I'm like, what
Google.
the heck? Like, yeah. So I hate it and it just like automatically does it and I don't know how to get rid of it. Like, I don't know. So that's like my like mala. My buena is I have water in this house finally. I went to go get it before, like, as they got here. I haven't had water in my house for like 3 days.
Oh my gosh. What are you living off of? She's like right here.
It's because my parents and my sisters live pretty close by.
Oh, okay.
So like I literally wake up and if I'm gonna go eat breakfast or anything, I go to my parents. So I'll drink water there. And then when I come back, I'll probably grab a water or two, like a water bottle, and I'll like drink those until I have to go back to those houses.
That is
so I'm just
funny.
like freeloading.
See, and I'm like a huge water buff. Like I drink water all day.
If you
I love
go
water.
into my fridge, there's alcohol everywhere, but like you're not gonna find water until now today. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's like the buena. Okay, so what's your turn?
Awesome. Okay, so mine, gosh. So I know, right? I know it's always so hard to think of it like, oh my gosh, really? Okay,
know,
so
it
on the
is.
bad note, like, I mean, I don't know how much info we're supposed to share or whatnot, but
much
Mother
as you want.
Nature decided she wanted to come early, and so this week was just hell for me. Hell. It was like a river of yeah, just badness. So finally today that's why I even took a little while to answer you back when you asked me, because I was like, I don't know, I'm in bed right now, and it literally is just hell for me.
Oh, when I asked you to come, okay.
So I was like, oh, I don't know, but I thought, you know what, by Wednesday I should be okay. So that was honestly my.
I was so glad
mind.
that you came on, because I was like, her and I. Okay, so Yvette has been like, her and I have been planning to do this podcast or do a podcast together. For a while, since like my podcast was Borrachex Radio.
Yes.
And it never happened, apparently. And so I was like, Yvette, and I was like, I'm booked, thankfully. That's also a good thing. Like, I'm booked until the middle of November with
amazing.
guests. This was the only week, and I was like, I feel like an asshole asking her, like, hey, can you come, like in November? So I was like, hey, I have this one. Like, are you? And I was like, fuck, like, what if she's gonna say no? Like,
no,
it's in 2 days.
Excited. Super excited.
So I'm glad you came. I think that was a good for both of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and then honestly, my good was being invited today, because we had been trying so long to get to do this and just interact and all this goodness. So for me, the second I heard you were asking me, I was like, oh my God. I mean, given, yes, I wasn't feeling that great, but on the good side, I was super, super stoked, because my friend and I have been talking about wanting to do a podcast too. So I thought this is a great experience. This is
It's
super fun.
I've always said that if I had to choose between one thing, I have my blog and I have my podcast and I had my lives, that was Wasted Wednesday. I had all of these different things, and my favorite thing has always been my podcast. Since I started it, I love it. I don't know what it is. Now it's live and it's a little different, but I love talking in front of a mic. I don't know where this came from, but I love it. So it's a lot of fun. So if you do a podcast, have fun with it.
Yes, girl, we'll have to have you on.
All right, guys. So we're gonna jump into the stories. First up, we have our music news. First one is Becky G. We talked about Becky G last week, who she's gonna be releasing her first album called Mala Santa. I believe she's releasing it in 2 days. I think it's on the 18th. If I'm wrong, I'll let y'all know. But she teased a video and then finally released a music video. And I have some thoughts. So you saw the video, Mala Santa. It's what you came into.
Yeah.
Okay, let's kind of tell them. Sorry, I need to move the table.
Okay.
Tell them what you saw and what you think.
Okay. So she basically is just dancing the whole time in 2 different outfits. One's black and one's a white, and it's like a little bustier girdle type thing, like leotard.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously she's gorgeous. Let's not. I mean, that goes without being said. You know, she's a beautiful human being. But I mean, literally, my husband's words couldn't have been any more perfect. He was like, "This is the worst music video
I think he said it's the most boring music video I've ever seen." I stuck with it because I was like,
boring music video I've ever seen, because she's literally in the center of it, and there's nothing really going on behind her, just one dim light behind her, and she's just doing these moves, and she's just there and singing, but just literally in one. And I'm going,
she's not even singing.
I mean, that's true. Because
I know you probably. I've watched this video 4 or 5 times because I'm like, I need to talk about this on the Cheez. But she's not even singing. She's just dancing awkwardly, and I think her outfit for the white one, the black one's cute, whatever. I guess sorry, it's basic lingerie and a corset. You know what I mean? It's whatever. The white one's super boxy because it comes up high right here, and then she doesn't have boobs, so it doesn't pop up. You know what I mean? So it just dips to nothingness, and then she's so when she's dancing, it's one of her her body goes one way and the other side's somewhere else. So it's,
I know
it's super
it's just awkward.
So I feel if this was the video to tease your new album, this wasn't it.
No.
It was super bad.
It didn't sell me. It's not something that if I were to see that, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I want to immediately go and buy the record, or, go out and be her for Halloween, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's not something that catches your eye. It's not something that you're yes, if I'm a dude and just want to look at sexy girls, maybe, but it's an awkward video, so I don't even think it would do anything for me.
Well, I don't really think she looks that in a sense sexy, because I mean, even though she's a beaubeautiful person and she's got a beautiful face,
gorgeous,
she is, but there really is nothing about it that you're wow, it just it's a little boy in a corset.
And
I'm sorry, but that's what it looks like.
So I don't know what she was trying to do. I don't know if her intention was to just kind of show, because she's a dancer as well, so I don't know if she was trying to show those skills, but it was such an awkward dance because there was awkward pauses.
Right.
it was just a bad, like an overall bad attempt at promoting her album. And I don't encourage y'all to watch it. I really don't. It's not something to...
Well, you guys watch it and then let us know what you think. Maybe we're wrong. That's just our opinion.
I don't think
but
we are.
like, I don't think we're wrong.
We're not wrong. Why would we be wrong? So that's like, those are my opinions. It's just super weird. She's all alone, awkward. She needs to tell a story.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I just feel back in the day, like, you know, we've talked about it, my husband and I, you know, and like
Everything's had a story.
Everything, you know, and you would watch it and you're like emotional with the story at times, you know, depending on what the story's telling, and now you're like, I don't get it.
Yeah, like the song doesn't go with the word
at all. Like, at all.
Yeah. So
and they're always naked. I mean, I know you have great bodies. I get it, but like, I don't care.
Yeah, like I need to know, like, yeah, because like in my head, when I listen to a song, I make my own music video in my head.
Oh, for sure.
So like when you show me a music video, I'm so
like,
yeah,
like that's not at all what I pictured it should be.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm not good, but still, like,
that's what I said. I'm like, I am talentless, but I am hard on everyone's talent. Yeah. Like, I will critique your acting, I will critique your music skills, like, but I don't do any of that.
I love it. She's so funny.
So the other one, guys, so y'all know I love Bad Bunny, obsessed with Bad Bunny, and you know every single episode Bad Bunny has to come into the story, so this is it. J Balvin and Bad Bunny released their new music video for La Canción. I don't know if you listen to that type of music or you listen to that song. Have you ever heard that song before today?
No, not before today. I hadn't heard it.
So that song is more of it's known kind of as like a sad song because it's called La Canción. It's talking about how he broke up. They think they're like moving on, and then they played that song, Esa Canción, and then he remembers about that person, and then it's like they're back in love. They're, you know, all of that stuff.
Yeah, reminiscing.
Yeah, and so I showed you the music video. It's not what I expected. I expected it to be a little bit better. Still tells a story.
I mean, it does. I mean, for sure, at least it tells one versus the other one where she's just
standing there and dancing. Yeah, but it wasn't as good as I imagined. Or as good as I thought it would be.
Yeah, no, and I honestly, I completely agree. We were watching it, and my husband's like, "What are they saying?"
Oh, look at him, like, did you really? So,
like, what are they saying? And I'm just like, honestly, I was trying to watch the actual video, so I wasn't even listening so much to the words. But I mean, you already explained it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was still kind of like, I mean, it does tell a story, but it's just still not like. I don't know if my expectation is because I'm old. Like, I'm not as young as you guys, the viewers, and I'm sure it's Karla. So, like, for me, I'm going like, I just have this expectation that I feel like, you know, the songs have words and they have meanings behind them, and you should just, like, give me that story.
Yeah. Like I got their idea.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, how do I explain it? Like, sentimental of that person. Like, the feeling of being with that person. It was just the feeling. That's why it was clear and it was transparent. But it just didn't execute the idea that I had.
Yes.
So,
well said.
I have people who also agree. V agrees on the video of Bad Bunny. She expected more.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to say a quick hi to everybody on the live.
Yeah.
I would say it would be cheaper than going to Victoria's Secret for bras. I want nothingness. So like after the Becky G one. Same. For real, like honestly.
For real.
I was gonna like start asking you. I was like, bras are like, what do you do lingerie? Do you do that? Or is that like sorry, TMI?
TMI. No,
Girl time.
I mean like honestly, like, so no joke. Everything aside, I've been married for 7 years, and not that that's like forever, but I'm married to a military guy. So really in our life, 7 years is like 30. And I know that sounds crazy, but like he's over there saying yes. He like literally did the cheers, like absolutely, because no joke, for anybody out there that is married or dated even a military person, like it just feels like a lifetime at times.
Why is that?
And I'm reading the So I don't know. My husband literally has called me POW, like prisoner of war. You know, like he's like, no joke, prisoner of war since 2012.
You're like, but I'm loving it.
But I am. Yes, we have our ups and downs, and what relationship doesn't, right? But like, it just really does feel like we've been married forever, and it's great. Like, it's a great feeling because it's like sometimes people talk to us and they're like, have you guys been together since like high school or what? And I'm like, God, I wish, but no, but no.
It'd be 2 lifetimes.
Yeah. So, but it's just funny because I totally lost my train of thought. What we were talking about on
lingerie.
that.
The lingerie.
How
many have you had?
I know, right? I'm a real space cadet, guys.
The only reason I brought up the lingerie thing was because of Becky G and how awkward she looked. That's the only reason.
So with that being said, is like I tried in the beginning to do it, and then I was like, what is the point of lingerie? I know, that's like, all cute. No, but like to me, I'm going, what the hell is the point of lingerie? It's coming off anyways. He's not like into my clothes. He wants to see me naked,
So I
for me, I'm like,
myself naked.
Just as long as it's as dark as it can be in the room, I'm just naked. Like that's just the best way to do it. Okay, show a little booty, and he's happy to go.
Advice for all of y'all out there. Oh my god, that was so funny. I mean, only because like I'm single, like I don't date, you know what I mean? I'm not dating.
Well, okay, but see, you're single, that's different. See, I've been married, and I'm not saying, because I love my husband and he knows, and if he asked me to wear something or he bought me something, I would absolutely put it on for him. But I'm just real like, he's never expressed to me personally that that's what he's wants it or needs it or whatever. Yeah, because for him, he's just like, honestly, I can be like in a little like boy t-shirt or like a long, and he's just happy as long as like my little butt cheeks are hanging out. He's happy, like that's his thing.
I love his back. He's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but for you being single, when you start dating somebody and whatnot, it's sexy because what you're doing is the sex appeal, and you're trying to like.
I think I've just been alone. Why is this happening in Tune and Dare? Like we're supposed to be talking about celebrity news.
This is better, Cheez.
But I think because I've been single for so long, I just don't want to deal with that. I just like, you're here, or you're not. You know what I mean? Like you are here to date me or you're not. So
right.
I'm not trying to seduce you.
I'm not trying to woo you, okay?
Yeah.
Like
I have a dog to take care of. Like I have things to worry about.
I love it.
I know. Okay, so enough about
Sorry,
me.
anyways.
Like 2 seconds, but enough about me. Okay, so we're gonna jump into the celebrity cheesemate of the day, the celebrity cheese. Okay, we have Gina Rodriguez, the main actress of Jane the Virgin.
Yes.
Are you a big fan of Gina or the Jane the Virgin?
So I'm a fan of Gina, like I really am, and I like religiously watched Jane the Virgin. When I binged it. I got my husband into it because it was such a good show. He was like, this is like one of those shows where you don't think it's gonna be that good, and all of a sudden you're like, I can't turn away. Like it's like a train wreck. Like it was what?
It's glad Michael died.
Oh, he was.
I don't even know. I haven't.
Oh my god. Okay, so like I mean, for
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, my husband said that he was glad that Michael died.
So I think I stopped after like. I don't even know what season. I think she ended up going with Rafael before the baby. No. I think the last thing I saw was that the baby was stolen.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to remember. I'm like, wait, my husband's over there. Yes.
He's like laughing in the background. He's like, yeah.
Yes. I'm like trying to remember,
kid.
like, hey, what happened? But yeah, I know, right?
He's like, stupid little fucking kid. So, okay, Gina, she is getting a lot of backlash and making headlines because she uploaded a video on Instagram. She was doing her makeup or her hair, and she was singing a song by the Fijis. What's it called?
Well, I think
doesn't matter.
Refugees.
She was singing a song. It's Refugees.
Yeah,
no?
Refugees.
Okay, we're like, yeah, that one. And so what's it called? She was she said the N-word because like that's what's in the song. Mm-hmm. But she's getting a lot of backlash because of it, because she uploaded it onto Instagram, and I see the problem, and I see how she's apologized, but I don't buy it.
You don't buy her apology?
No, I don't buy her apology.
Well, I feel like it's like hard. I mean, I'm not trying in any sense of the word. My husband's like, this is going to be a touchy subject because I saw the post about you like leading us into this assistant.
Like my original assistant
like,
isn't here, but she brought her husband, so we're going to use him.
He's a great bartender. All my friends know this. But I don't know. I guess I have mixed feelings about it. And my husband laughed because he's like, oh my God, you can't say those things. And for me, I grew up in Seattle, so I had a lot of negrito friends or, whatever. And like, I was never raised like, okay, everybody always tells me like, oh, you're like a white girl and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whatever, I don't care. And I honestly feel that I have become more of that type of stereotype here because back home, you would have never known me back home. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I was the Alicia Keys of my time back then. Like, I would, like, literally have cornrows and, like, half my hair was all huge. And, oops, I'm, like, knocking my my thing over here. I'm getting all excited. And I went to like a prominently black church. Like it was ethnic. It was an outreach church. And my husband's over here like telling me I need to move things. What happened? Okay, fix me. Fix me.
What, this? Oh.
There.
You guys adjust me here.
This is natural.
It's super natural.
She's just letting it loose.
Right. So, but with all that being said, I absolutely love I embraced and embodied what it meant to be ethnic. Like I am Latina. Like I am. Like if you look at my background, I'm Italian, I'm Portuguese, I'm Spaniard, and I am Native American. So I literally have no legit Mexican or this or that, or I don't. That's my heritage. But at the same time, I was raised with so many like super ethnic people that we would talk like that. And I would joke with my friends, and like some of them I would be like, "What up, ninja?" Because I was still trying to be respectful, but at the same time they're like, "You don't have to do that. Like you're one of us."
Yeah.
And so I kind of feel like, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it, because I get it. Some people get super, super offended by it. And they're just like, oh, that's wrong, and this and that, it's super racist. But I'm going like, I mean, if you have to take that much personal offense to it, then that's your own issue. Like that's your own conviction. That's your own. You are working through something. That's just my personal opinion. Don't shame me for it. Don't hate me for that. And it's not like I'm going around saying that word. Like I'm not. But like when I sing my songs, you can ask my husband. I don't back down. Like I will say every word in that song.
I guess it's because I've lived here in the Valley where it's prominently like Latinos.
Right.
And I probably can count on my hands how many students in my graduating class were black. Like it was very little.
Right.
And I know people that do say that word. I don't feel comfortable saying that word. And so when I moved to Houston, I met so many people who were black, and they were like, it's okay. And I'm like, I still don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel disrespectful. And that's my take on it. And even when I do sing songs, I don't say it, whether I'm alone or whether I caught myself today super randomly. Like I was singing a song and they said the word and I just like paused, and then I went back in and I was like, I'm like alone, and I'm like, well, at least at least it's like rooted in me. Like it's not just like publicity wise, but like, yeah. And so I just feel like, okay, I was kind of like trying to figure out like what kind of way would I feel like how would that word kind of connect with me, right? Because that word doesn't apply to me.
Right.
And so I thought about like, you know what, obviously doesn't compare, but this is kind of the reason, like how I tried to compare it to myself is like I call myself like, oh, I'm like I'll tell my friends like, oh, I'm such a whore, like, and I'm not. But I say those things, and it goes back to like Amber Rose where she's trying to own that word and kind of. But I feel like if someone were to say that word to me or around me, I'd be very offended. Whether or not I say it about myself doesn't mean you say it to me or about my friends or about me, even though we're saying it. And I kind of thought about that word too. Like, so I was like, okay, well, that's their idea too. Like I can say it to my friends and I can say it about myself, but I don't want anybody else saying it.
Yeah.
Because it was meant to be offensive. So I think that's where I stand on the topic. Like I don't think it's okay. And the reason I feel like her apology was like lacking was because this isn't the first time she's done this. And she knew uploading it that she was going to get backlash, and all she thought was she was going to do is just apologize. I mean, it's not like she's getting like canceled and people are coming for her. No. And I think people are just voicing their opinion.
But I also feel like as a celebrity or being in the eye, because honestly, I take a lot. I mean, being in the community and being involved, I get a lot of backlash for anything that I do. Like, honestly, I'll probably hear from people tonight or even tomorrow that will say, oh, you shouldn't have been on there. You shouldn't have said that. You should have this and that. You know, like we all are going to experience and make mistakes and do things. But the reality is, even when you're even in the limelight, even more like her, that is super, super the light, and the attention is always going to be focused on you because that's what you are. You're a celebrity. It's your job to uphold this certain type of stereotype and like persona, and you have to have this type of everything, right? There's an expectation of what even your viewers that are watching us now have an expectation of what they expect out of your show, right? So when that happens, I feel like the media and people in general really do twist and turn everything
Yeah, and
for
I feel
the worst.
like you can't be everything for everyone, and I
Right.
get it. Once you're in the limelight, it gets a little bit more intense. And then, like, if you were just this person who was saying this and your friends were okay with it, like, now you're in this big, like, this big platform, and now you're trying to do these things, and now you're getting criticized. So I get that view too. I'm not here to like be like, this is wrong, this is wrong. I just want to talk about it, you know? So on that note, so I have Ellie Peña said, I say it is just a word. No word should be so powerful to someone because bitch should be super offensive in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that too, but that's kind of like the whole like whore and like slut
But
thing,
it's
though.
kind of like us as Latinos, you know what I mean? Like, how many times have you gone somewhere like outside of the valley? Because I'll be honest, I wasn't raised here. And I really did experience more racism when, like, I didn't realize what it was because the way I was raised more of like, in a sense, like a white girl. So because of the little town of Eastern Washington where I was raised, it was prominently like a lot of American, or there was Hispanics, but that was it. Like same like you, we only had a couple, you know, black friends that were actually in my school. But then once I moved on to Seattle and whatnot, that's where I really, you know, fell in love with the idea of what that community meant. But with that being said, I don't know why I keep losing my train of thought. Like I'm going on and I'm like,
That happens to me
because they get so
sometimes.
passionate about it.
Yeah,
I think,
and then you're like,
but
where did I start?
Yes, but what I was getting at is that like I really did experience once I actually moved to Seattle. Like you would hear people talk about.
You don't want to charge your phone's gonna die.
Oh shit.
I'm like, the phone's
my
gonna
charger
die.
is, where is it? Oh, it's in my fucking closet. Oh no, it's on my stove. I was like, fuck, it's in my closet. I was like, he's gonna go in my closet. I was like, the closet's a mess.
FYI, it's because her phone's gonna die.
Yeah, my phone's
But
about to die.
What I
so.
was getting at is
So
that
there's like a super long one. You can get that one. Like disconnect the big charger, and then that extension cord, you can move it out of the chair. It's because there's so many cords back there, guys.
it's okay.
And normally I have my phone charged to something. I appreciate him just like coming in. Like,
Yes, I know. He's amazing. Like I was not joking when I said that. But what I was getting at, bottom line is, it's like us as Hispanics, Latinos, we do constantly. It's a little crooked. There we go. I was like, it's crooked. We get the rap or sorry guys. Somebody's gonna see legs.
I know. I'm so sorry.
My phone fell.
Okay. So,
But what I was getting at is real quick. It's no difference than when somebody calls us spics or beaners or mojaos, or, you know, because I have experience.
but it's different because you don't say those to your friends.
true.
And you don't
True.
say those like in your like daily lives. You don't call your friends that. It's not something that you're
Well,
saying.
you might not, but see, I grew up where they would talk like that. They would on a daily talk
To
like,
each other?
Oh, you're such a beaner. Oh, you're such a mojado. And it was like, and I would get offended because I'd be like, what the heck?
But
Like,
to each other, like a Latino to a Latino.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, super. And so, but see, because they weren't raised in Mexico, they weren't raised here where your roots are real Latino, and when you understand what it means to be those things. Like they didn't. It was just more of, we're Latinos that were raised in America, so we can do it because we're brown. We can say it because we're Latinos. And it was like, and I would take offense to that because we were raised. Every year we would go back to Monterrey. We would go to the ranchos. We would see the hardships of families or just people on the streets and how they would live. So I embraced and embodied what it meant to be a Latina. Like I never took it lightly. My parents were immigrants. My grandparents were immigrants. Their families weren't. You know, they were raised, they were born here in the States. And so for them, it was no different. So like, and again, I mean, we can go on probably forever about this.
we probably could,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I could go on probably forever about this, but I guess I'm just, for me personally, I have mixed feelings because exactly like I think it was Ellie that was saying, I never believe that one word should empower somebody or offend somebody so much that it just consumes people and just allows them to literally be like, oh, that's it. Like, it's a hate crime, or she's being racist, or she's this or that. It's a song. You know what? If you want to get offended, then frankly, maybe rappers shouldn't use those words in their songs. You know what I mean? Like, that's never gonna happen. Let's be real. That's the way they talk. They're gonna say, well, I'm just being me. Well, then so is she. Like, that's just my opinion, though.
Okay. So
Carla's like, anyways.
well, no, I mean, we like you said, we can go on in this topic, and I'm not here trying to like win
Absolutely.
an argument. Like, we're just trying to start a conversation. I want to
Yeah.
see what you guys think. We already have some people commenting on the live feed, but if you guys have more opinions, feel free to put it on the Cheez Pod on Instagram and let us know what you think. Like, I would love to hear that, you know?
Yeah.
So we're going to go into the next story. It's still really, I feel like today's stories are super intense. Everyone's getting super political.
I'm not gonna
like,
be intense,
fighting.
I promise.
No,
I'll be
so
chill.
Jamila Jamil, who is the actress for The Good Place, you
Yes.
are...
Obsessed with that show as well.
Oh my god, you really like
Oh my
it.
gosh,
I was watching bloopers the other day of it, and it was super funny. And it was like weird because is her name Kristen Stewart?
Yes.
Is that her name?
Oh no,
Who's
you're
Kristen Stewart?
Bell. Kristen
Bell.
Stewart is the one from Twilight, and then
Oh, I hate her. Why would I know her name? Oh, I hate that actress.
I love her, and she's married to Dexter, and they're just the funniest, cutest couple.
Belle.
Yeah.
They're
the
so
best.
funny, and they're like, I've seen them on like talk shows, and they're like so in tune, and I'm like,
Super.
Wow, I was like, y'all can win anything. Like,
Yeah, for real, right? Like they're just they're so much fun.
So we're gonna go through this one real quick because we
Yes.
have another story, and then we're not even halfway through.
I know. Sorry,
So
guys.
Jamila Jamil, who is the actress of The Good Place, she is making headlines because she is in a Twitter fight with
Oh gosh,
something Sarah.
Sarah
Something.
Samboya or Samboya or something like
we
that.
didn't get
Model.
the name correctly because it
Sorry.
was hard to pronounce.
It
the
was.
last name. So they're going back and forth because there was a video going on where there's these like thick black women dancing in a runway, and it's like a runway show. And so she was like, "I'm so glad that there's no like starved teenagers." Like that's the gist. It's not necessarily quote unquote.
Right.
So there's no starved teenagers who are like dying like to be on this runway. And the other Sarah, she's a model, and she was basically just saying like you're being a hypocrite by saying like you're body positive, but yet you're over here like putting down these models for being skinny, and they're not. And she's like, well, it's because a lot of these models are drug addicts.
They are though. It's the
So that's
truth.
what she was saying. But so they were just like going back and forth. And do you feel like she's being a hypocrite towards body positivity?
Oh gosh, that one's another touchy subject. I'm like, ugh. I know. It's honestly for me the reason why it's such a touchy subject is because I have my whole life struggled. Like so everybody is like, oh, she's always been skinny and this. And I'm like, no, I haven't. Like I really have struggled to be smaller. Like because I love food. Like I can eat. Like there's no like tomorrow. I really can.
I think the problem is with people who are thinner, everyone's like, you're fine. You're like,
Right.
you're, and so.
Well, and you
like,
automatically get shamed, like, oh, you can't say anything about anybody that's thick because you're skinny. It's like, I look like a size
Like, they're
0, but I'm
unhealthy.
I'm a full size 4. Thank you very much. Okay, like, and on a good day, I could fit in a 2.
like a 4. I remember those days.
But I've gone all the way up where I used to be a 16.
Really?
See, and people don't know this about me. And see, my husband's over there going, yes, because it's true. Like it happens to all of us. And for me, it's not so much that like I can sit there and say like, absolutely, she's being hypocritical. Like, do I think that her choice of words could have been better, especially since she's in the limelight? And we've talked about this with Gina, that like you have to know that you are constantly, your life is on full blown blast. You chose that path. You chose that career, that your life is always going to be under, you know, like a microscope. So if that's the case, like you have to watch what you say, you know, and me being that I do locally do a lot of modeling around here, and I've done for the Valley Wedding Pages, I've done for different magazines. I've
No más. No más.
Shop 112, Leon and Style. I had name dropping.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to my homies. I love my boutiques. But I mean, in like for real, you have to be careful what you say and how you approach people and how you say the things that you say. That's just the bottom line. And for me, she, as smart as she is, and I laugh because of her character on The Good Place.
Yeah.
She is so politically correct all the time on there that you think that she would have a little bit more tactfulness in what she would have said personally. But what she was saying, in a sense, was real, because how often do we see the runway, all these New York Fashion Week and LA Fashion Week and everything, that they just looked like starved people. Like they really do. And it's not that they are. I'm not stating and I'm not shaming anybody because we've all been there. Like I've been there where people are like, girl, eat a sandwich or eat 5. And I'm like,
Never been
I
there.
eat all the time.
Can't relate.
But you're beautiful. Like you really are. Like you are a full-figured, beautiful human being.
As like someone who is plus size, I do believe she's being hypocritical. I do think because like I think the same way you fight for bigger women, bigger men and all that, you should fight for the same things for women who are thinner. I have friends who are very thin, no matter what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you saying like that these models are drug addicts, are struggling with their diet like because they're thinner, I think that's like wrong because like you don't know their background.
Right.
You know?
That's true.
You don't know what they're struggling with. You don't know if they're trying to gain weight. You know what I mean? Like I know a lot of friends who do struggle with trying to gain weight. And so I feel like as someone who is body positive, like me, myself, I think I need like just the way I would like someone to not shame me for being the way I am. I wouldn't want someone to shame someone who is thinner for the way they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like she's being hypocritical because that's her stance on things, but yet she turns a cheek when it comes to someone who is a little bit thinner. And like for her, who is someone who is a little thinner, she wouldn't want someone to say that to her. You know, like so that's how I feel on the topic. And so
But we won't go into massive detail because I won't be here all night.
honestly, I feel like these two like starting stories were like super crazy. But we're gonna go into the third story and then we're almost wrapping up until we get to the games, guys. The games are going to be a lot of fun. So, that's a wrong story. Camila Cabello, Latina, is going to be Cinderella for the new remake. And I just feel like another remake.
I know. I mean,
That's literally all my thought. It's like another fucking Cinderella.
I mean, it's great. Like, I'm like, thank you. No. Well, now that I already told everybody all my titles and everything, I can't. I'm like, this is Coke to my director. This is just Coke.
Not mine.
No, I mean, I'm the same. I literally am going, how many remakes of anything? Lion King, Aladdin, all these things. I'm going, like, they're great movies. Honestly, I love them as Disney, like, you know, cartoons. But can we just leave it there?
I mean, I love that they're like new, but I just feel like let's get new ideas out there. I want to see like more movies that are new. Like I love that they redid It. I love It. I love the original. But the original is great. Mm-hmm. Why did you have to change it? You know what I mean? Aladdin, I do like Aladdin. Like loved it, but also feel like there was no need for it. Like these cartoons don't need to be like you're changing my childhood and then you're just giving it to some random little huerquito.
Yes, like I mean I think that, and I get it. Like I get that
you have little children.
I know, I do. No, but I mean I was raised with all the cartoon Disney part of it. So like for me, I'm going like I get it. You know, we are older, and so the kids nowadays, because I do have huerquillos. You know, I have 2 beautiful little boys.
Sorry.
And no, but like
gorgeous children.
Like they are literally like if I've tried to make them watch Lion King, like our version, and they're like, what is this? There's no like CGI and like there's no
my God.
you know, like the super like cool like pixel.
I went to go scare my nieces and nephew. My nieces and nephew. There's only one boy in this house. So my nieces and nephew, and I went to go scare them the way I'm dressed. And they're like, "Who are you supposed to be?" I'm like, "Beetlejuice." And they're like, "Who's that?" And I'm like,
oh, that's the worst. That makes you, it ages you, right?
I was like, "Excuse me?" They're like, "Who's Beetlejuice?" And I'm like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm like, I'm gonna go fucking get Beetlejuice and show it to you guys.
Cool.
Like, yeah, like how do you not know who that is? So I like, but I get that they kind of like need. I mean, like I feel like Frozen. That was a good direction when they started Frozen. That was a great direction. Like I love Frozen.
Yeah.
But then they stopped. What was it? It was like Frozen, and then it was the redheaded one.
Oh, the Brave,
and then Moana, and then they just slipped. Yep. Like they haven't created something, and I feel
and they were really good.
Yeah, and I feel like my childhood, maybe until 10, was consisted of all these Disney movies. Like they need to be coming back to back with like these great movies for these children, because like they can't be taking my childhood and remaking it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. I don't know. I feel like Camila Cabello, congrats, right? By the way, like, good job.
Yes.
If you're watching
it's
this.
great to have a strong Latina in the mix.
But,
it is.
Like, we don't need it. Like, like Coco, great movie.
Oh my gosh.
You should have talked on it. You know, you wanted to be a Latina in Disney, or is that Disney? It is Disney.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like a
Is it Pixar?
Is it? I don't know. No.
I don't know. No, Pixar is a fucking app. But Pixar. Pixar.
It's Pixar. Like, it's a little, like, jumping little monito. Like,
God. So, yeah, the little light, the little lamp.
little light. He's so cute.
So, I don't know. I just feel like congrats, but no thanks. You know? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Okay. So, lastly, I want to give you guys my favorite movie of the week is The Addams Family. Another remake.
But that's a great, I mean, honestly.
But the Addams Family is just like, it's a family, like, going off into different adventures. And this one was so good because it was so funny. Like, there was things that, like, I literally laughed out loud. My sister, who is a little bit older than I won't say how old. She's a little bit older. And her and I were, like, laughing our butts off because, like, these jokes were just so spot on. And then, like, my nieces and nephew were laughing just as much.
Yeah.
So it was such a good show. I mean, such a good movie. And I recommend it. Like, if you were going to take your kids out, like, that movie's such a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, so I'm super stoked. Like that you said, it was really good.
It was
because
super
I
good.
think it's a really cute. And my boys are at that age where they like that fun, like creepy stuff. So like I think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, like let me introduce you to what I grew up on.
Yeah, it was super good. I don't know if you're watching any shows or movies that you.
Oh gosh,
currently-
shows. Oh my gosh, we watched so many. So like I love The Good Doctor. It's I don't know if it's on. She makes me laugh. She's like secretly like refill.
I'm so sorry.
No.
The Good Doctor?
Not only is he a really good looking bartender, right? Yeah, The Good Doctor. So we watched.
Like, I don't know. I heard he's married.
Very much, very much, and happily.
Yup.
He put a ring on it, okay? No, but The Good Doctors are really good. So like for us, we don't do cable, so I do like Hulu and Netflix. Like I'm like massive.
That's why I'm like, if you guys are watching
all of
reality
those.
TV, thank you so much. She's like, filled it to the top.
Yes, like, to the top, to the brim. But yeah, so The Good Doctor's a really good one. The Resident is another like doctor type one.
The Good Doctor.
So one of the doctor is autistic.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh my gosh, it is so amazing.
I
So
saw-
like for all of my friends out there, I'm sorry.
No,
for all
yeah.
my friends, because I do have a few friends that do have children that are autistic. And for me, it's a testament of like, it doesn't matter what you're dealing with personally, mentally, anything, nothing is impossible. And that like literally there were, in a sense, what we would call like a normal, I don't think anybody's normal, frankly. I feel like I'm more effed up than most people. Just
Same.
being real.
I feel like your show is so wholesome, and I'm just like, let's watch it.
Let's watch it together.
Yeah.
You could be like the
Take-
couch
I'm-
people. What's that show? Did you ever watch that? The People's
Hoarders?
Couch. The People's Couch, like where you watch a show and like people are watching you live, and we're watching a show or a movie or whatever, and we're commenting the whole time on it. So it's like the best.
I
Like,
can get paid for that.
yes, girl. Oh my god, it's
I do
the
that
best.
all the time.
Yes, that's like my theme.
I always tell people, like, if you want to watch a movie with me, like, watch it after I've already seen it. Because as the movie's happening, I'm like, this is what's going to happen. And then this and that.
I always call out the movies. My husband's like, how do you know
Especially
these
scary
things?
movies.
Always.
Scary movies, like, I
can
know when
predict.
things are going to pop up. I know when something's going to happen. I end up finding the plot, like,
I get mad because I tell him, I'm like, movies aren't scary these days. Like back in the day, I would
They're
be
not.
like having nightmares, and now I'm like,
yeah. So like, I feel like scary movies back then were like gore. Like you would get killed, you would
For
see
real.
the blood, you would see the cut, and now it's just like suspense. Like things are just gonna pop up, and you can tell when things are gonna pop up based off
It's
like
more
the
music.
Yeah,
yeah.
like bro, like
Like
calm
we were
down.
laughing because we were watching the Blair Witch, and we were talking about how you can never, totally off subject, but like the Blair Witch Project back in the day, like. You're like, I don't know what that
I've
is.
never seen
but
it.
But see, so like if you watch like my husband does a lot of like the YouTube like spoilers and this and that. So like the Blair
does
Witch
that?
back, oh yeah, like he'll watch them.
Oh,
And
he
so, like,
watched
we'll
that. I was
watch-
like, you do that on YouTube? I was like, can I see?
'Cause I need to watch these.
Yeah.
No, but like shows like that where it was like a documentary where 3 students went out. It was a girl and 2 guys, and they went out and they made it look like it was a real life story about this Blair Witch that was in the woods and all these things. And they even did like missing people's search and all, and it was intense. Like I remember I thought it was a real movie. Like we thought it was legitimate real.
Oh, yeah, like,
so it actually scared you enough, just enough to be like, oh my God, like this is for real. Like these people went out to do a documentary and literally died. Like
Yeah.
The only good one we watch now is Netflix Haunted.
Oh yeah, so like Haunted is
What?
a really good one. So on Netflix, Haunted.
What
it's
is it?
It's like it's real life story. So like let's just say it was you.
I'm so excited
I
because
know.
I love Halloween
Yeah.
and I love scary movies. I live
Yeah.
like never mind.
No.
I was like never mind. Not gonna say that online.
So anyways, but like it's the same like type of stuff. So it's real life stories. Haunted on Netflix. We are not being paid by Netflix in any way to promote this. Just FYI,
guys.
but you can hire me anytime.
This is a
I know
Netflix
people
ad.
say Netflix, but really, honestly, they have stepped up their game lately, and there have been some really good shows on there. And it's not just Netflix and chill time, okay? Like it really is legit. Like
Number 3.
if that's what you thought you were gonna be doing when you're watching Haunted, you're like, oh my god, like you almost don't.
Like
blink.
I hate I mean not that I ever but like I don't want to invite people over for like Netflix and like because like I really want to watch these shows. Like,
Thank you.
bro,
Yes.
That's why I'd rather be alone. Like I need to watch this. Don't try to come in here trying to get into anything.
So maybe we'll do like a people's couch thing,
Yeah.
you know, and we'll do it on Haunted because, okay, so it's like real life stories about people that had an experience with something demonic or like just some type of spirit.
do you have like scary stories?
Oh, I have some serious.
Me too.
Oh, okay, that'll be for the next
We'll do like
time.
we'll do like a podcast only episode where we're telling like our scary stories.
Yeah,
That'd
for
be
real.
good.
But these are like legit stories. Like, I mean, and so if you're not into like the spiritual world, the paranormal, or anything, like, then don't watch. Because I'm not joking. I'm not lying. These are legit
This is
real
fucking
stories.
facts,
These are
bro.
facts, things that happen in my lifetime, okay?
yeah, I have like scary stories too. Okay, and then so Haunted. This is the name
So
of the
Haunted
show.
on Netflix. It's really, really good. Yeah. And then recently also The Goldbergs. And that one is
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's like a new age, like say like mix of like Full House and Roseanne. And the reason why
but
I
let me
say
guess. But like Roseanne, like politically correct.
that. No.
Oh
No,
Not
and
that, like,
that's the
that's
best.
good.
part. No, but I know. But see, but a lot of people don't like Roseanne because of everything that happened. But this is why I say, like, old school, like
yeah.
when you were growing up with it, like we didn't have that mentality of like everything what was saying
Yeah.
was wrong. So like that's what I like about the Goldbergs because they are a family.
on Netflix?
It's on. Is that one on Netflix, babe? Yes, Netflix. Okay. No, sorry, it's Hulu.
It's
It
okay.
is.
I have Hulu.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
to my
and
sister.
it's really funny because it's like okay, so there's a grandpa, mom and dad, and then there's 3 children, and they're just super super fun. The kids always are fighting. They never agree on anything. The mom is super into everybody's like Cheez man, everybody's everything. She's constantly like she finds the daughter's
Me.
fake diary, and then she goes and finds their real diary. Like it's
Oh,
just
fake diary. I was like,
Yes.
vape diary. I was like, what's she doing on
It's just
vaping?
super funny. And then she's like the type of person. We're laughing because we get hot with the lights, but my husband's over there with the AC like freezing.
I know. It's just like in a
So
sweater.
cute.
Sorry, Lauren.
Oh, that one when we like finish, we'll make sure we put him on air so you guys can see how cute he is. She's like,
But
too
he's
bad
married.
he's taken.
Happily married.
I'll loan him too. He'll be on loan, but no kissy smoochy nothing.
Don't even look
No
at him. Don't touch
touchy.
him. Be around him. That's it.
But it's a really cute movie. Like, I mean, if you're into like wholesome, like just fun.
It's a movie, not a show.
It's a show.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
it is a
sorry.
series. You know, it's a really funny one. So I know this is kind of crazy because like this is the first time I do a podcast. So Rick and Morty. Oh my god!
Oh, I've never seen that. Oh my god! Sorry, like super like just because Rick and Morty kind of falls in the same category as Big Mouth. Have you ever seen?
Oh my god! I love Big Mouth. And they
fucking
just came out with a new series.
Yeah, I already watched it.
I see. Oh my god! I'm
Guys,
obsessed.
if you have not watched Big Mouth, you need to.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
super cringy.
Super, like-
eventually you kind of just fucking take it.
you
like,
just
fuck.
deal with it, yeah. But it's
like
badass.
it's super cringy. And I remember my nephew. He's like 18. No, he's 21, bro. He's 21 and he would come over all the time and he's like, oh, this is a good show. And I'm like, okay, let's watch it. And I'd be like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, what is wrong with you? And then like when he would leave, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep watching and let's see what's good about it. And I love it.
Yeah.
And now I'm obsessed with Nick Kroll, which is like a lot of the fucking voices on
Yes,
there.
yes.
And then I think his name, the other guy's John Mooney or something like that.
yeah, I wouldn't even know how to.
But the voice,
pronunciate.
they're
Yeah.
best friends since they were younger. But they're so good, guys. So watch Big Mouth, and that's
Oh
why I
my
like around you
gosh.
Rick and Morty. But you like Rick and Morty? I've never seen it.
Oh, Pickle Rick, he's the best. Like,
never,
oh
ever.
my gosh. Seriously, guys. Okay, these are some like, they're pretty effed up, like kind of morbid, like real just like, oh my gosh. Like if people that were to know that I watch these shows after they watch 1 or 2 episodes and be like, oh my God.
is
Like,
wrong with her?
Like what is wrong with her? But then it might explain a little bit of why I'm a little bit the way I am for those of you that know me. Because I mean, my husband, first of all, so, and everybody that meets my husband is like, oh my God, he's the nicest person. Like, why are you such a bee? And this and that. And I'm like, like, I just do the like, you have no clue. Like, no clue. Like, you think I'm crazy. Like, you have no idea what's over there. No idea. But I mean it in the best possible
he's like
way.
a sweetheart. He's like,
He is. Like, he looks like a little cute, like, you know, grease lightning, you know, just
like
little
what's that thing?
preppy.
Like all-American man.
Yeah, he's like, he is the epitome of Captain America. Like, it's the cutest thing ever. But there's secret, like, the Hulk, like, crazy, like, I don't know what under there. But seriously,
Scary.
Rick and Morty and Big Mouth.
Big Mouth,
So
like-
Big Mouth is like the hormone monster.
Yeah, so there's like a hormone monster. They're
Girl
going
and
through
a guy.
puberty. Yeah, like a girl and a guy, and they're going
And a
through
lot
these
of-
things. There's also like a cat, the depression cat.
Oh my gosh, but she's so cute.
There's
She's like the Cheshire cat.
What is it called? The shame one.
The shame. What is he? He's just the shame guy.
No, I
I
think
don't.
it's like
he's
Dr.
like a
Sh- I don't
shame
know.
spirit. Like I don't know.
Thanks, Angelica. Angelica says my glasses are dope. So
I know. Doesn't she look adorable? She was like, "Should I take them off?" I was like, "No, you look
No,
adorable."
because I can't see. Because I gotta keep these on. But Big Mouth, it's about going through puberty, and there's this random little fucking kid that is disgusting.
Oh my god!
What's his name?
Jay.
Yeah,
Jay.
super disgusting. Like
He's my favorite. He literally does it with
says a
anything.
lot.
Like he does it with pillows. He
with
does
a
it.
bag of soup.
Oh my
a
God.
bag of soup.
The turkey.
Oh my god. Oh, she meant the wine glasses.
Oh, boss.
Day.
Cheers. Cheers to your.
It's tragedy. I can't.
That's too funny. Oh my gosh.
I was like, thank you.
I said the glasses were super cute.
I was like, got them on sale. Anyways, so if you guys have not watched Big Mouth, I recommend you watch it. Like, don't watch it with your kids. Do not watch it.
No,
with your
it's
kids.
not a kid-friendly show at
it's-
all. Like,
it's kind of like that.
Like I barely told my 17-year-old brother to watch it because he is a senior and he's just like the most precious human being I've ever met. Like he's
probably
so
having sex
innocent.
already.
No, like I mean like so
No, he's
innocent.
not.
Like he's never even dated. Like he's just literally the most purest human being ever. And he watched it and he was
He's
like,
lying.
"This is the best show ever." Like this is what
He said that because he's fucking around.
Trust me, I wish he was. He's not. Sorry, Poppy, I love you. I hope you're not watching, Bubba. He's all like, why you gotta name drop me?
Okay, so watch those shows.
Thank you, Angelica.
What? Oh yeah,
But you guys do look great.
But guys, okay, so watch those shows.
Yes.
That is gonna be the Cheez movie of the week. It's gonna be Big Mouth.
Mouth.
I haven't watched Rick and Morty.
Oh my gosh,
I
you gotta do it. Rick and Morty is funny, especially when you guys get to pickle Rick. Trust me, DM me. It's the funniest thing
I know
ever.
Pickle Rick as a shot at the Chubby Pickle downtown.
Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, we're gonna go out after this. So just stay tuned for some Instagram stories. I'm making her
Is
come
that
out.
what we're doing?
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh fuck.
She made me do all of this, and I've never, by the way, done Halloween makeup. I've been a makeup artist for a long time, and I've never done it. So the fact that I had to do all this and it took me 2 hours, I'm making her go out.
Okay then. Okay, so let's just jump into some games.
Yes.
We're gonna play 2 rounds of Fuck, Marry, Kill. You can't look at it.
Okay, not
Okay.
looking.
So Fuck, Marry, Kill. Okay. So the first one up is makeup,
Okay.
pageants, or having your hair done. You don't physically have to fuck them.
I'm like, okay, I was like, you want me to do stuff? Okay, let's see.
So like, which one would you have for the rest of your life? Which one would you have once in a while? And which one would you have never? Basically.
oh my gosh. Okay, and when it was
I'm, like, hiding it
makeup,
over here.
pageants, and what else?
It was makeup, pageants, and having your hair done.
Okay, so
So
I
like,
could
if you
like,
go to a pageant, your hair can't be done.
I mean, I mean, like how? How is that possible?
You're
So-
bald.
I don't know. Maybe I could be the next Demi Moore, like real sexy, G.I. Jane. Okay, so you said, fuck. marry, and kill, right? Sorry, guys. Don't listen to my words. I try to say that very softly, but I have allowed everything.
Vagina. I wonder why mom thinks when she sees this, because like in front of her, like I'm funny and like I say stupid jokes and like
Same,
I'm nasty, but like I'm not this nasty in front of her.
No.
And then like here I am, like.
But I'm real blunt in front of my mom. Like I'll say
too.
some funny things. And my mom's like, I can't believe
I
you
think
say
one
those
time
things.
I told my mom something and I was like, my vagina hurts or whatever, and then she was just like, "Your what?" And I was like, "My vagina." And she's like, like she just stared at me and I couldn't stop
I
laughing.
was probably like all traumatized, like my baby girl. Like that came out of
But
me
it's
a long time
medical
ago.
term. It's a medical term. It is like it is politically correct.
Yes.
like
It's politically correct.
yeah,
okay?
a doctor would say this word. Like I'm not saying the P word, which I would never.
Okay, so I think
Sorry, back to the things. Makeup.
because we'll just
pageants.
keep getting off.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would definitely kill getting my hair done. I know. And I, honestly,
Baldness?
I mean, like at this point, like I
Wigs.
feel like I know how to do makeup good, like well enough that I could rock whatever at this point. So I would,
is key.
as you say, it was, and then I would marry, what was the other two? It was
Makeup and pageants.
And pageant. Okay, so I would marry makeup and I would do pageants. Because that's what I already do.
You're like, yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would. I like them crowns, let me tell you.
All right, and then the second round of Fuck, Marry, Kill, which I will join you with because the
Okay.
other one, pageants, like I would kill that one immediately. Like, oh,
Yeah, it's just like,
I don't
not
fucking do
doing
this
it.
shit. Yeah. So like, okay, lashes, lipstick, or bronzer.
Oh, you're killing me. I'm dead already, guys. I'm dead.
Oh my god.
Okay, lashes,
Lashes, lipstick, or
lipstick,
bronzer.
or bronzer. Okay, I would kill lipstick. I would. Because, like, I can't do anything without lashes. I can't. Like, anybody that knows me, I could literally go outside with no
you can't be on
makeup.
lipstick
But
and vodka and kill lipstick.
it's true. I'm so sorry. This is so true.
I
But
literally almost came on with like white mouth, like and like dark inner lip, and I was like, I can't. So I put like lip liner.
see, and I don't
that
wear
lipstick?
lipstick normally. No, this is like a paint.
Oh, okay, mine's lip liner, and I was like, I have to fucking wear lipstick.
See, and I don't ever like. I'm not a real big
it's just
lipstick
like,
girl.
I think my lips
I like
are so
chapstick.
beautiful.
They are.
Ah.
They are. They're very voluptuous.
Bye, Brian.
I like her now.
No, so okay, go. Now you know that I would not kill lipstick.
So I know, but I would probably kill lipstick just because for me, like I'm a big, so I wear lip smackers, and I'm not talking like those cute little ones. Like mine
okay.
are like the fat, huge ones like that. My sister got me started on them the first time I was pregnant with my oldest because like pregnancy brain, I would lose them. So she's like, I got you these huge ones, so you can't lose them. So anywhere I left them, like you really couldn't lose
pregnancy
them.
brain is an actual thing.
Oh my God.
I like a literal thing.
And then it just stays with you forever, okay? Because I'm no joke. I used to have the best memory ever.
The only reason I know this is because my sister, I'm really close to her, and she had her baby like 2 years ago, but it was her first. And I think one time I was like talking to her, and she was telling me like, I'm gonna plan this and this and this. And then I was like, okay, cool, yeah. So I'm like writing notes, and then like she kind of pauses, and I'm like, okay, she's grasping her ideas, and then she's like, Karla, I wanted to talk to you about this, and I'm like, we just fucking had this conversation.
See, and you're making fun of me because I was losing my train of thought. Now I'm not pregnant, but it just stays with you forever. Like your brain never goes back
It
to
was
normal.
so funny. And I heard neither did Regina. I'm so sorry. Okay. I need to stop.
Sorry. Okay. So kill lipstick. I would marry lashes, and I would do bronzer.
Okay. Oh,
That's
fuck.
me.
This
That's
actually.
me.
Oh no. I know. I would marry bronzer because I like to be a little brown, a little toasty at all times. I would fuck lipstick because like sometimes I can go without it, you know. But I would kill lashes. Like, I've been wearing lashes probably for the past 24 hours, and it's the longest I've ever worn them for.
Girl, I could fall asleep in my lashes. My clients can vouch for me when I do their lashes. Sometimes I'll do them semi-permanent so they can leave them on for 4 or 5 days.
What do you mean semi-permanent?
Like I'll use a semi-permanent glue so that they can leave their lashes on for like 4 to 5 days.
Interesting.
Yeah, without doing like the extensions where you lose your lashes.
And you do one by one, or you do the line?
Either. Girl.
Okay.
I can do both.
Okay. So our last game. Is there any questions that Brian wants to read off of your live? No.
Oh yeah. Do we have any?
Yeah. Before we even like
Is
jump
anybody
in.
even on?
Yeah. I don't want
It's
to
all
like.
late.
I don't want to like ignore y'all. You know.
Like where are my peeps at?
I don't know if there's any like specific questions that.
Start over, sorry.
Oh, what happened? What do you mean?
Just a while ago. I had to restart me.
Okay. So then we're just gonna go into this voting game.
Okay.
Pick a number 1 through 10.
7.
Okay. Oh. That was like my number. Okay, so
My
we're gonna pick
number.
7 cards, and these are gonna be the 7 questions we answered.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Thank you guys for the hearts.
I know, guys. So if you guys are watching it live, make sure you guys are sharing. You guys are letting
Yes.
everybody know. I know we're kind of already at the end of our show. This is our last game before we wrap up. But make sure you guys are sharing. I know we do the Cheez with Karla J on Lipstick and Vodka, and then we share it to the Cheez pod. But make sure you guys are liking both pages so you always know what's going on. So thank you guys for that. So we have
Yes.
7 cards here, and the way the voting game goes, because my assistant isn't here. Bye, Jessica. No, she's not here. She had personal stuff to do. So normally what we do
you this time.
yeah, just this time. Next week I'm gonna find you. No, but what we normally do is do the Tune the Mood where we sing and all that stuff, but it's not today. So you kind of
No, I kind of was ready to sing, guys.
Okay,
Just
well,
no
we're
joke.
gonna-
I do sing.
We're gonna-
For my peoples know that like I am like the next Selena reincarnated. I'm just saying, real, not like J-Lo, but real.
we have to have her back because that's a big like.
I know. I mean, like I can't compete with J-Lo, like in the booty and all that. No, but what I mean is like
You can
I got
sing very-
vocals. I got vocals.
Oh no, I don't.
That's it.
I don't.
I mean, like, and I'm not like tooting my own horn in a good way. I just mean that I can belt it. Like I can.
Me, no, not me. All right, so the way the voting game goes is I'm gonna read a card,
Okay.
and we have 5 seconds to decide who that card relates to, whether
me.
who you think has done it, who you think it goes to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, so mind you, these 7 cards, I picked a big stack, but that's why I asked you what number,
Right,
so that way we
right.
can kind of like even
We
it up.
shuffled them.
Okay, so I'm gonna like shuffle it one more time. Okay. So it says who has gotten a message with it? Oh, who has gotten a massage with a happy ending? Okay, so okay.
Well, what do you
Well, I was
mean by
gonna vote.
happy ending? I think we know.
Yeah. So who do you think? Me or you?
Me.
You have, or you just feel like you would?
Oh, I have.
It can't be with your husband.
Oh.
You're like, how do you think baby number 2 was born?
I'm like, wait, you need to cover your ears over there.
So you.
Like, but when you say massage, like professional massages, like you just happen to be like massage envy, and then all of a sudden some like very envious happen, or you mean just
What's
like
massage envy?
it's like a massage place here. It's really good. You could do like a
You
membership.
get a happy ending.
It's not like
you don't. I don't know. I'm just joking. Don't sue me.
Oh my god. They're all gonna be like, we did not give you permission to say our name.
I know.
No.
Never heard that place. Okay, so you gotta drink like 2 seconds of that. 2 seconds.
I'm gonna need a refill to the most handsomest assistant ever. Look, just FYI, y'all, I've only had 1 refill. She's already on like
Have you
number
really
3.
only had 1?
Yes.
What? That's
It's
like
Coke.
I think that's my 3rd
And
one.
it's not diet. It's really bad because Savannah's gonna kill me because I just did some Ultra Slim today and I'm not supposed to be drinking.
What's Ultra Slim?
Oh, Boutique Medical Spa. They're amazing.
Oh no.
Like they did this like UV light thingy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like I lost like 2 inches, but I think I gained it
I'm
tonight.
drinking them back.
I hadn't drank in like 3 weeks. I had been to really, really good. Really good. You broke my diet.
Sorry. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, but you.
But did you agree with this? Is that what you were saying, me too?
Yeah.
She was like, I already know Yvette. She's a
5,
hoe.
you have to point at me or yourself.
Okay.
At the end of
Okay,
5.
so don't even say, just point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So who would be the first?
Not a hoe.
Who would be the first picked up for a threesome? So 5, 4, 3.
I didn't even. It was like you finished the sentence and I was already pointing.
Why?
Because you're like sexy and you're fun and like single. so
So
me,
but,
they're like,
you could be like a single person with 2. Like, you know what I mean? Not us right now.
Okay, well, I will
Awkward.
say we've been approached before by a very sweet girl that I used to work with.
Shout out to
and
Shayla.
I was like,
Just joking.
Oh my God. And so it was one of those situations where it was like, oh my God, this and that. But they were saying supposedly they were more into me, the girl. But I was like, yeah, no, ho. I know you want my man. Like, I know he cute, so no.
So I have actually been approached to join a couple as well. Obviously, I said no.
It wasn't us.
It was not. But I've said no. But I guess it's because like I'm single and like I'm just like.
But you're fun. Like, honestly, you are. She is.
Mm-hmm. I am.
She's a lot of fun.
Find out. I'm just joking. Okay, so next one.
Okay.
Who has gone the furthest in the back of a taxi? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why am I the one that's being picked for this?
You're way funner than I am.
Like, it's an Uber. Does it count?
Because for me, yes, of course it counts. It's still taxi.
Okay.
It's a new age taxi. Because for me, it's I've either been in the back of an Uber, Lyft, taxi, whatever, with like a really good friend as a girlfriend, or my husband. And
You've never gone like handsy with your husband?
no.
Don't look at him.
I mean, like, I look at him like, have I?
fucking say
Like, in our car when we're driving, and I'm like, he's like, hey, I'm driving. Like, and he'll literally put a stop to me. Be like, cálmate, güey. And I'm like, you're no fun. You don't let me do nothing. No, not.
Die.
I know. He's like, I'm
all mad. Yes.
All across the other, like the lanes. Okay, so
It's allergies. I am not sick, guys.
I don't have a story, but I feel like I probably would.
She's like, it's me.
Okay, who is the first one found in hide and seek? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm just gonna say I am a really good hide and seek person. Like, when I would hide, nobody would ever find me.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up doing it. My uncle
Like, it's
would
hard to hide this, but like when I do,
Nada que ver.
but like I hide in like the places that you like obviously would hide. So I'm like, nobody ever fucking finds me because they're like, fuck yeah, like they would fucking like go there, but like
I was lucky, so I was always real like limber, and I did gym. I was a gymnast growing up, so I'm very flexible. Like, ask my husband. But I'm very flexible, so I would like hide in like
husband, I
freaking
just heard
like
that.
cabinets.
and he's over there.
And his face was like,
Yeah, she is. Oh my god.
look, I'm in my 30s, barely. Barely. And
I was gonna ask you, but I'm like, don't ask her on
Still very flexible. And that's because I don't work out. So, like, I just don't think I'd be found.
I just don't think.
No, I used to be the type that I would climb the walls and like hide up top. So you would go into
Like
the bathroom,
fucking
like,
exorcist.
where is she? Yeah. Oh my god, all scary with my neck backwards and stuff.
the same hair.
Curled and everything, real pretty.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
So wait, you got that one.
All right, I got that
Yeah,
one.
I think you have the best stories.
This is every night.
Huh?
Like, this is why I say I need a podcast, because if I just did this every night with my husband, like, I mean, I think people would watch it. We're crazy. We talk about the funniest, craziest things. Like, if you want me to go live, let me know. Let me know.
You want to see this? Let's go.
But it won't look like this. I'll be like with the chongo, no makeup, bags under my eyes. Like, I'm as real as they come.
Okay, so this obviously you're married. Okay,
Right.
so pretend you're not married.
Okay.
Who will marry someone who isn't born yet? Okay, so 5, 4, 3.
She pointed herself too, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I put myself too. Not that I'm gonna date like
She's
a
all
2-year-old,
like,
but
I
when
am
he's
waiting
21.
for Prince Harry's baby to be born so that when he is 18, I can marry him. That's
He's
this
already
one.
born.
Like, see, you see?
I've been waiting since I was 18. So I don't know. I feel like just because like I'm very particular, and I feel like as open-minded as I am, as like driven as I am, and like my like needs can only be met by like certain millennials, and they're not people my age.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I wish they were met by older men, but older men are like machistas. They're still like full of themselves.
Yeah.
And so, no offense, Brian.
No, but like he really is like like he's good.
Yeah, so like, and he's married. She's like,
Happily, people, get it right.
she's like, he's good and he's married. So that's why I feel like maybe someone who isn't, maybe not born yet, but like someone who's younger than me, possibly. So that's why I voted for myself. Okay.
I love Angelica's messages, Marty, and then she's like, the struggle is real.
Yeah.
Same girl.
They're always
same.
married.
Those are the best ones, okay?
God.
Let me just tell you.
They're always married or gay. No offense.
Well,
to,
he ain't gay, but he is married.
Yeah, but like I always find myself attracted to men and they are gay, and I'm like,
Or they're married. Like, it's true. Like, honestly, when I met my husband, like, he had just, like, well, not just, but, like, he had been, I'm not his first wife, but I am the best. I mean,
I always joke around about like how I'm gonna have like my third husband and be like, that's the baby. Like that's where I'm gonna have a
so
baby.
my husband is my first and only, but, like, for real. I mean,
never mind. God forbid. God forbid.
like, that's gonna be his third right here. Right next to me with my homie right here.
Angelica, salud.
Salud, Angelica. Love you. Thank you for staying on, boo.
Okay, we have two more.
Okay.
Who will wait the longest until they have sex? Pretend you don't have a husband. Oh, I mean, that doesn't count.
Okay, ready? Here you go. If I didn't have a husband?
3, 2, 1. ¿Quién te crees?
No! Okay, but on the real.
Okay.
On the real.
Before your husband.
Before my husband, it would have been me. You know why? Because I was raised old school.
You were going to wait till marriage?
Girl.
And you didn't?
I was my first like 5 years with a ring on my finger before. He was my first. My husband was everything. I've never been with anybody else, okay? Ever. Like, but I'm on the real.
Is that really your first person? You're fucking lying. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. The longest I've waited.
Are we on oath? Is there a Bible? Yes.
The longest that I have actually waited after. Sorry, Mom. Doing the deed is 3 years.
Oh, girl. Okay, it was you.
Yeah, because I was in a phase where I was like, I don't want to be with someone who isn't ready for a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with someone who isn't going to give me what I want. So I was like and I was also like focusing on myself.
Yeah.
So 3 years.
So, like, before I met my husband, it was about the same time. That's why I was like, yeah. I also moved,
Yeah,
so
let's
I
do it.
moved from Seattle to here. I knew no one, so that was easy too.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
I didn't go out. I didn't
Okay, so
party. I
who
didn't do
wins
nothing.
this? Brian has to choose.
Who wins?
Who wins this one? Who will wait the longest until they have sex again? She just shared her story. I shared mine. Who do you?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Close your eyes.
Like
Pick.
the person that you knew who I was,
Carla, I'm with that.
Let's just be real. Like, honestly, I made him wait a long time. Like, this boy
What's
on
the
our
longest-
first date
how long
tried
did
to
you
get
wait?
me.
I couldn't be in Paris for 3 months.
Oh yeah, that's like normal.
Yeah.
See, I'm not.
That's normal.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna. Okay, so I was with a guy, mind you, for January until maybe 6 months. I was with him for 6 months, and I was so pissed off because he drove, like, he got on a bus, mind you, a Greyhound. He got on a bus and got his ass down here to meet my family for 4th of July weekend, and I was so pissed off.
And you
I was
have
like,
been with him how long?
6 months. Cause I was like, motherfucker, like I don't even take you seriously. I'm not trying to marry you. Like, why are you meeting my family? And my dad was so pissed. Like, I sent you over for school and you're doing this to me. He was so mad. So, don't introduce your boyfriends to your parents until like you have a ring.
For real. Like, well, at
real.
least if you're Latino.
Yeah, like if you're
Latina,
yeah,
because,
exactly. Like you can't just be doing this.
Like, I didn't even really date that much, and my dad was like, literally had a rule, like, unless he's stuck around for more than 3 months, I don't give a flying nothing about him.
No,
And I was like, oh
what's
my
it called?
God.
Like there is like my dad just has like a hardcore like expectation of who I'm
Yeah.
gonna be with.
Oh yeah. Like, my dad hated my husband when he
Like
met
turning
him.
this shit off.
We're like, well, turn it up. No, but for real,
It's
like my
off.
dad, like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but like for real, my dad like hated.
Yeah,
my
like
husband,
as a
hated.
Latina,
And now
like you have
he
to be
claims
very
him.
like as a Latina, you have to be very particular of who you're gonna introduce to your
Super.
family, even friends. I was very like okay, so like in front of my parents, like before I was very like I don't talk a lot.
Yes.
I'm such like
You
like,
just a good girl.
I was gonna say sana colita de rana. But very like sana, but like
it's true. It is. It's very true.
yeah, like I was so good, and like as I've gotten older, obviously they're like getting a real feel of me because like I obviously drink. I'm in the public, you know what I mean? So people have to see me, and my parents support me 100%.
It's awesome.
But like, yeah, it is. It's really great. I never thought they would. Like, I remember I like blocked my mom from my page because I was so fucking nervous.
I wonder if I ever did a podcast, if I ever like, okay, so like my biggest thing is that like I have to obviously honor my titles and my this and my that and all that stuff. But once all that's like done, like I want to like for real be me, because like the people that know me are like, dude, you're freaking hilarious, and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not funny. Like I'm
That's
being
how
me.
I feel too. I'm like, what
and they're
the fuck
like,
do you mean?
no, dude, they're like for real, girl. You say some effed up. I'm like, but I was being serious.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, but I wasn't joking.
But I fucking hate that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
So like that's what I mean. Like my parents, like they knew me, but they knew like the good side of me.
Great.
And so like now as I'm getting older, they are very like in my life. They know like I make these shows and they support me fully, and like I'm very super like I'm very happy about it. Like I couldn't even like ask for like a better like relationship with my parents, but
She's so cute.
I started crying.
I love baby. She's so sweet.
But like sometimes I wish they like didn't know this side of me. So it took me a long time to kind of bring that up. So when I like would bring my friends in high school, I'd be like, don't talk. Don't talk.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, don't you ever bring up what we did last week? Or don't you even this? Don't you that yet? Yes.
But at my friend's house, I was like, hey mom, with their mom, like, hey mom, we're gonna go out tonight. Like,
yes, like it was very different with their like the dynamic with their families was different from yours.
Completely, yeah.
Oh,
but it's because I had so much respect for my parents. It wasn't because
So
I was
much.
trying to hide a side of me.
Right.
But I respected them so much that I didn't want to like show them the bad side of me. You know?
Yes. Because you never want your parents to be like disappointed or think like, ay, mija, we raised you better. And it's like, but this is just who you are. Like there is no changing. It's not because, excuse me, it's not because of anything that they did. Sorry,
I know.
we're laughing at the AC.
I know.
But it really isn't the way. Like there's nothing that your parents could have done to raise you different or better or anything. It's just who you are.
Yeah,
it's your character,
exactly.
It's your
Yeah,
personality.
like me and my
It's just
sisters
who
are
you were meant
so
to be.
completely like we're so different.
Oh yeah, I'm very
and
different.
we were
from my
raised in the
brothers.
exact same household, but we're so different. Like my sisters would never do this. Would never go on a fucking like podcast or maybe. On
Well,
a
and
podcast, yes,
my
but they'll
family would
be
never have
live,
the
like-
mouth that I have. Like I got a mouth for days. Like if people didn't know, they'd be like, "Are you a sailor?" Like my husband, when I met him, he was like, "Oh my gosh, she's like a sailor. Like she's
Yeah,
just
I
every
love
other word is
sailors."
f this, f that." And I'm like, and I wasn't trying to be like some badass like to prove a point. It was just who I was. Like I wasn't.
Yeah, but
I
haven't
don't
heard
know,
her
like,
cuss here today.
I'm like wearing my crown, so I can't. I love you, my
But we're gonna
director.
have
I love her.
after the crown. No, but yeah, we're like got super into it, right? I know. Angelica said it's not bad, it's you. And at the end of the day, they want to see you happy, and that's
Yes,
true.
and that's true.
I think my parents are very like.
I don't know who you are, Angelica, but I love you. Just
Oh,
FYI.
I love her. Her and I went to school together in high school, and like,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you because you're talking about your parents, but I was just like,
no, it's okay,
seriously,
girl.
she's amazing and she's so cute,
I love
and
her.
she like keeps commenting and like you're awesome. Like
love
you're
you.
like the best time.
I'm like, okay.
This one's for you. With the cute glasses, both of them.
That was so funny. I was like, thank you.
Okay, guys, the last one for real.
Okay, ready? I know this is the last question, and we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, so it says, who would lose an election because of something they did in high school? Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go. What do you think is the worst thing? Not like that. You don't have to really tell us, but like, what is one thing that you did bad that you think would like haunt you if you were trying to be Donald Trump's like?
Okay, so for me, so like in high school, I was a super good girl, super good girl, and like so just to give you a little bit of a background on where I come from, my hometown of Moses Lake, Washington, was one of the very first school shootings. No joke.
Oh wow.
Yeah, super. I actually lost my cousin. He was one of the ones he got shot from perilucitis. Not to get like all serious and crazy and like emotional, but like no joke, it was like one of the very first school shootings that like set off, you know,
The whole,
train
like, thing,
and
yeah.
everything. So with that being said, I used to be a TA in high school.
For those who don't know who a TA is a teacher assistant.
Yes, and I was actually in the attendance office, TA. So like there's an attendance office, like if you get there late or if you're going to be late or you have a note or anything at all, you had to go through Mrs. Root. Miss Root I went to school with her, my older brother went to school with her older son, and then her younger son was like a year or 2 years younger than me. Super, like honestly, favorite teacher. She was just absolutely freaking amazing, like the best person ever. Like a mom for everybody, you know, like there's always that one lady or one mom that's like just a mom for everybody, the team mom or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was the TA for her, and I was, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say I was like a sophomore, maybe junior. You're not supposed to technically be a TA till you're a senior.
Okay.
But because I knew her, she knew my mom, all these things, she got me in an elective, I was able to do it. Well, I thought it would be really fun because one of my girlfriends, like, not peer pressured in any way, but like just kind of like, you know,
Talked
the
about
first
it,
time
like,
I wanted to be like, oh, I could do that for you, you know, like
Yeah.
it wasn't being rebellious. It was just one of those situations
Yeah,
where you're
like,
like,
you wanna be cool? You wanna be your
yes,
friends? Yeah,
like,
okay.
she's one of the cool girls. Like you're like semi cool because like you're not a white girl, you're like Mexican, but like you're trying to get in with the white crowd. Like, let's be real, okay? So because in my era, that it was still a little bit of that, like not racism, but you still had the stereotypes of the like, you know, if you're either Latino, you're white, or this, whatever. So for me, when they asked like, oh, I'm trying to get out of an English test, do you think you can come get me? So I literally went and made a little like paper and was like, oh, I'm going to get you out of school, like out of class because you have something, your mom called you, whatever. And thinking, oh, nobody will ever find out, you know, no big deal, because I was a TA for the attendance office as well as one of my choir teacher. So we had a select choir you had to audition for, and I was his TA as well as I was on the select choir. So I went and did a sign and I gave it to Mr. Sanders, who was our English teacher, but it was
Sorry,
a different
Mr.
period.
Sanders.
I know. He's a great English teacher, by the way, back home. Amazing. Anyways, and my friend Megan, I literally sent, if Megan watches this, I love you. But I like hooked her up with a like a little get out of whatever.
Jail
She got
free
out,
card.
yeah. And like literally within 24 hours, I was in ISD, which is in school detention. Never in my life had I
Oh,
ever,
it's ISD
ever.
over there?
Yes.
It was ISS where I was at.
What is that? Oh, in school suspension. Okay, yeah. See,
Yeah.
so I was
like,
ISD.
right, Brian? You Valley kid?
He is. He's from here.
ING for a little while.
What?
You're ING? Like,
What's that?
Where the bad kids?
What is it called? What does it stand for?
I have no idea. You can wear a white t-shirt, blue jeans, no tennis shoelaces, and you can only carry $5 on you. It's like before you go to jail and
That's crazy. I don't even know what ING stands
Because
for.
he was a bad boy.
If you guys are watching the podcast or listening to it, please let me know what ING stands for, because I would love to. ISS, yeah, dude. I was in ISS. I was never in ISS. I mean, maybe it was you. Maybe you won't be getting elected for any election.
So I just feel like that's why it would be me. Be like, I'm that
that's the
girl that
worst
would
thing.
like try to help someone or try to something
Instruction-
and then get caught.
Instruction Guidance Center. That's
my husband.
okay. That's
See?
you.
And he's a politician. Let me tell you. That's why we won't be name dropping him.
I don't. Now that then that's. I don't know if that's worse. I think they're equally
Like, what was yours?
I would skip class like every other day.
No, I knew the security. They would just come get me
So
out.
would I. Like
they were
would-
super sweet.
No,
They,
I
like,
knew the
loved
security
me.
guard. They wouldn't tell me anything as I skipped class.
No. Like they would literally
would-
come and get me out of class. Be like, "Oh, we need Miss." Oh, by the way, my legal name is Priscilla Yvette Sanchez. So they would like, well, Hinojosa married, but Sanchez is my like. So they would literally come to my class. Be like, oh, we need Miss Priscilla Sanchez.
Do you know what's her name?
Yeah, I know. Nobody ever know. Like people make fun of like, why don't you like go by Priscilla? And I'm like,
Why?
When I was younger, I felt like Priscilla sounded so mature and Yvette sounded so sexy. So I would go by Yvette. I do have my madrina and my like, she's like my favorite. Like she's just the best.
Yeah.
.com. She's so cute because she's just little with this beautiful curly hair and like she's just so sweet. But I was named after. Yeah. It's all natural, people. Let me tell you.
I'm like talking all this back. I'm like, why don't you go by Priscilla? But I like have so many
Because people would call me
I have so many alter egos.
And they hated the name Prissy. Like, I just thought it was so...
Like this right here, green. Her name's
love it.
Caro.
Ooh!
Blonde, Carolina.
Look, you can have this one when I'm done. And be like, she'll be like, no, I'm Yvette.
So, I don't know what the worst thing was. I honestly think no, it's not legal in the state of Texas, so it's not say that.
Say it now. Say it. No, now I gotta hear it.
I will tell you all because I'm not gonna incriminate myself. But I think the worst thing I did was like skip school. Like I would skip class regularly. Like the only way I would get back into class when I wasn't supposed to is by bribing my teacher with tacos.
Oh my God, that's
so
the
like
best.
there was this taco place down like the street from my school, and we would get these. They were called taco locos, or what are they called? Is that what they're called?
What are they called? I don't know.
I think that's what they were called, and they were this big,
like a sincronizada. Like how big those are.
Yeah, they were huge, but it was an actual taco. It had potato, egg, cheese, bacon, beans, Bravos. It was at Bravos. That's what it was called. But I don't remember. Was it a Taco Loco? I think that was called. And so I would bring one to my teacher. Every single time I was like, I say every single time because like sometimes I would just text them and be like, hey, I'm gonna be late to class, or like I would just show up and be like, I'm late to class.
Like, I'm here, bitch.
Or not show up at all. But because I would like email him and tell him that I was on my way.
Yeah, because it was email back then, let's be real.
Yeah, he would mark me as attending, and I wouldn't show up.
That was my first period in high school. I was a TA for my... See, and this was the funny thing is like, he's a freshman, sophomore. You're not supposed to be a TA, okay? You're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
And
this was my sophomore
I was
year
a little
too.
bit one of those smart girls, like, not super smart. And I don't mean like smart, like... Well, no,
Not
because...
super
no,
smart.
but I don't mean like the smart kids that are like in all the AP classes. I mean
wasn't
smart,
all
like...
the AP, I was in one AP class.
I mean, well, I
dropped
wasn't
it.
some, but what I mean is, I really wasn't that smart. What it was more like that, like street smart girl, like where you get into and you're like, look, you go and you see the counselor, you see the principal, and you just, you have a way with words to where you can get into parts because you're like, look, I don't need that class. I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to do that. And then I would talk to my mom and convince my mom. They'd be like, I don't need those things. I'm too smart for that stuff.
Mrs. Yvette.
And this is why I'm a pageant queen, okay? I'm just kidding.
The pageant's like, you're done.
Kidding. I know Miss Vanessa's gonna be like, Yvette. Miss Vanessa, I love you.
Did we get all of them?
I think
so. You would lose the election.
So I would lose the election.
So who technically won, even though you lost?
I won.
You won. I got 3. You have to chug all of that for winning.
My Coke.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So as we're wrapping up, where can my listeners find you? Where can everyone who's watching find you?
Yes. So my personal, I guess just Facebook is, well, it's my husband and I, Brian and Yvette Hinojosa. But my actual like business page, because I'm a professional makeup artist and hairstylist. This is my first try at this like
it was really
pretty
good, though. I'm
sugar
really proud
skull
of you.
thing.
It was
So
super good.
thank you. I hope you guys like it and let me know what you think about it, Angelica and everyone else, because this was my first time literally ever doing like something this intense. And I felt like my like flower on my face looks way better than my neck. So my husband's over there laughing at me because it took me forever. But anyways, you can find me on Instagram at Besos Glamour, or on Facebook it's Besos Glamour by Eve, and it's YVE like Yvette. I am honestly all over the place. Like I said, I serve on multiple boards.
Do you have any upcoming events? As far as like beauty pageant? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, not my beauty pageant because I'm not. Every month we just do photo shoots and whatnot, and different collabs and whatnot. Or if you're a photographer, or you need help with anything, please hit me up for real. I love to do collaborations. I love to do makeup. If you are personally are going to be a model and something, and you need a makeup artist, hairstylist, hit me up. I love to do collaborations. But I am going to be in a fashion show this Friday for Alka's Divine Boutique. It is an Indian fashion show at the Mission Event Center from 6 to 9 on Friday. And my husband and I are the...
Friday, which is the 17th.
18th. I think it's the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, this Friday, the 18th. At the Mission Event Center. We will try to go like somewhat live or something. Actually, you know what? Maybe if you're not busy, I'm going to have you come as my guest. Okay. She'll have a VIP first, front row ticket.
Do I have one ticket or 2 tickets?
How many do you need?
Let's get 2 and see who.
Oh my God, guys. Okay, so for real, tonight I'm going to do it. No joke. I will get with Olka and I will get another ticket. And because I have one specific, but like I will get another one for another person. And we will do some type of like little like raffle or giveaway, and maybe you, Angelica, because you know you've been so good to us. No, but for real, like if you're on here, whether it's mine or on Karla's Facebook Live, we will see about doing some type of like little giveaway or something to have you guys join us. So if you're interested, maybe just put in like a little comment of like I'm in, or share. We need you guys to share this or comment of some sort.
So I think to get involved, make sure you follow the Cheez Pod on Instagram, so that we guys can get the full rules, like everything, whether you have to follow Yvette or myself. We're gonna get all of that info as soon as we're done, like literally tipsy. Okay, so you have one this Friday.
This Friday, yes, from 6 to 9 at the Mission Event Center.
Okay, perfect.
And it's an Indian fashion show.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, you guys can follow the Cheez with Karla J on Instagram, which is the Cheez Pod. Cheez spelled CHEEZ, not like queso, like, you know what I mean. Follow the Cheez with Karla J on Facebook. And then we also have a Twitter, which I'm not very active on, but I'm trying to get myself. And if you want to follow me, Karla J, you can follow Lipstick and Vodka on Facebook, or _ Lipstick and Vodka on Instagram, and then lipstickandvodka.com. So make sure you guys follow us there.
Yes.
We are gonna have this on. We have this on Facebook Live. We have this on Spotify,
and Instagram.
Yes. We're gonna have this on Instagram, YouTube.
So you
Apple.
have to follow.
We have so many fucking platforms, guys. So if you guys are wondering where, I will leave a link down below. But make sure you share this and show some love to Yvette. So I will see you guys next week. All right, bye. Yes, bye.